Welcome back to Inner Spaces Podcast, where we unshame, uncover, and unleash. Hi, I'm Eugene, and I'm so glad you're here. This space is about freedom. It's about remembering who we are beneath all the rules, the conditioning, and the shame we've carried for far too long. Today, we're going to go deeper into a theme that touches every single one of us, the body. We're talking about unshaming the body and uncovering what we've been taught to hide. I want to start with a personal reflection. There was certainly a time in my life when I felt disconnected from my body. I was constantly comparing myself to others like many of us do, wondering if I was too much or not enough. Maybe you've had moments like that too. I remember growing up, I so badly wanted to fit in. And I remember being a very joyous kid, very sensitive, very over-emotional, feminine at times, and everything seemed very magical. I was also a very skinny child and have matured into a very slender man. You know, in the queer community, we have a terminology called a twink. That's what I was referred to, especially in my 20s. Oh, he's a twink. And so within that identification, almost in a form of branding, I then allowed myself to explore what that meant. But it never really felt like me. All I knew is I had a certain body type. And I did like sparkly things and glitter and Diana Ross, the divas. Yet I started to do what I needed to do to be put in that box, sexually, physically, and otherwise. Because at that point in my life, I felt that if I was desired sexually and somebody wanted me, then I was someone. I remember being 25 years old. I had just moved to LA. I had stars in my eyes and dreams that I was so focused on. And I remember being in West Hollywood and picking out the tightest clothes to show off my slender, skinny body. And I remember a friend at the time said, "Show it off. It's your time. Embody it." I didn't even know what embodiment meant. And that's what so much of this work is about now, is fully owning who I am from an authentic core place. So as the years progressed and went on, I really played the role of that. And at many times, as long as I felt my body, again, was desirable to others, then that's what mattered. So when I worked out, it was about having a body that was toned. It was about having my ass look a certain way. It was about my arms looking a certain way. What I wore. How I even wore makeup at times. Over time, I started to lose who I was. And I think many of us can. Because at the core of it, we're really taught to hide, to cover up, and to believe that our worth was tied to performance, appearance, or strength. And when we carry those messages, they begin to shape the way we move, love, and even breathe. Breathing is so crucial. It shows us we're alive in the physical body, that we have breath and air going through us, right? I realized over time, though, this isn't just my story, it's our story. That many people still feel this way today, especially in this very virtual, beauty standard, ageist society that we live in. 1 minute you're hot, 1 minute you're not. 1 minute you're the young, hot thing, and then you're the old thing. There doesn't seem to be a lot of gray area anymore when it comes to our physical looks. So with all of that said, I want to take an opportunity now to offer something today for us. So when it comes to our bodies, there are 4 steps that I believe open the doorway to freedom. They're the same steps we've been circling in inner spaces. So let's go over them. First one, unlearn. We have to be able to unlearn the beliefs we've inherited. The voices that told us we had to look a certain way, act a certain way, or be ashamed of our natural self. Then we go on to the next step, which is unshame. Then we meet those places of shame with compassion, not to push them away, but to say, I see you, I'm still here. Then there's uncover. As we soften, we uncover something powerful, the truth of our bodies as sources of wisdom, pleasure, strength, and presence. Then we go into unleashing. And finally, we unleash, not in a reckless way, from an embodied way, where we live more authentically, connect more deeply, and walk through the world unapologetically free. Now, these are kind of the core pillars of this work. Really, it comes down to liberating ourselves so that we can be the best versions of who we are right now from where we come from. And we all are human. We have desires, we have wants, we have needs. When we come from a place of learning to unlearn, unshame, uncover, and then finally unleash into that liberating place, we embody the wholeness. And that's what this work is truly about. And that's what I've intentionally been internally working on. Stripping away those years of stories and self-punishment and unworthiness in many ways. So with that said, I'd like to now lead us in a guided breathing exercise. If this feels right for you right now, please partake. I also am going to provide another disclaimer. This is great if you're laying down, sitting down, walking outside with your AirPods. I would not encourage you doing this while you're driving a car or any type of vehicle or a bicycle or whatever, because you don't want to, get hurt or not pay attention. So I would probably do this in more of a way that is right for you, so it's calm and centering. Okay, so now let's get settled. Close your eyes. All right, now take a deep breath in. Hold it. Take a deep breath out. Now place a hand over your heart, or maybe on your belly. Begin to notice without judgment the rhythm of your breath. Feel the weight of your hand, the aliveness of your body. Let's breathe in again. Hold it. Now breathe out. As I mentioned earlier, breath reminds us we are alive in our physical body. It balances our system, our nervous system. So from there, we're going to silently, or out loud if you want to proclaim it, I want you to thank your body. Remember, our bodies are why we're here. Our spirits, our souls within our body and the human experience gives us the opportunity for this experience. So really, it's our vessel. So it's time to honor our vessel, to be good to our vessel. So why don't we say, thank you for carrying me. Thank you for breathing me. Thank you for being with me through it all. The shame, the uncertainty, the ups and downs, the excitement, the joy, the love, the pleasure, the passion. Really, there's no fixing, there's no changing, there's gratitude. So this week, start to really honor your body in whatever way. What you put into your body, what you say to your body, how you treat your body in self-pleasure. This is your temple. This is yours, your body, your choice. This is the beginning of unshaming and uncovering what is there that's no longer serving us. So as we wrap up today, I want to remind you of this. Unshaming the body isn't a one-time act. It's a lifelong practice. Every time we pause, breathe, and thank our body, we are unlearning old stories and uncovering what's real and unleashing who we truly are. That's liberation. I want to thank you again for being part of this conversation with me. This is just the beginning. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear how you're unshaming and uncovering in your own life. Please connect with me on my Patreon at INNR_spaces on Instagram. Reach out, innerspaces@gmail.com. And remember, that's INNR, Inner Spaces. Share your reflections. Come join us. We're really going to create a collective of transformation, embodied healing, and fun, joy, pleasure, all of the above. That's the human experience. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the difference. And until next time, remember, keep unshaming, keep uncovering, and keep unleashing. True liberation awaits.